Hey y'all, I'm back to go over my physical books TBR, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Books with Kimberly. Don't forget to like, comment, share my channel, and subscribe. Y'all, I'm back to go over the physical books in my TBR list. That's books to be read. At this point, there are 22 books that I just have to read soon, very soon. The problem is it takes me so long to get through physical books. I read ebooks and audiobooks a lot faster. So I don't know when I will actually finish these books. It'll probably take me 5 years, but we're gonna go over the list anyway because these books I am constantly looking at and being reminded that I need to start reading these books. So let's get into it. The first books I want to go over are the newest books that I purchased. And these are the books that I want to read like immediately. Like I wish I could start them all this month, but that is being unrealistic because it takes me so long to read physical books. So the first book is my most recent purchase, and that is Big Girl Blitz by Danielle Allen. This is the third book in the Curvy Girls Summer series. The next book is Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. This is a part of his Red Rising series. This is science fiction dystopian. Next is Keeper of Lost Children by Sadeqa Johnson. This is a historical fiction read. Kin by Tayari Jones. I believe this is literary fiction. I just love this author. Next is one of the GOATs, and that is Tiffany D. Jackson's Scammer. I gotta get into this book. This pink keeps calling my name. Then we have Blood Depths by Terry J. Benton-Walker. This isn't a new book, but this is a book I need to get back into because it's fantasy, it's witches, it's New Orleans. I feel like I need to get back into this book. It was a soft DNF for me. I just wasn't in the mood for it because it does give very much YA. The main characters are in high school, and I wasn't in a mood for it at the time, but I do need to get back into it. Next are books I should have been read because I purchased them a while ago. We got The Killing Moon by N.K. Jemison and The Shadow Sun by N.K. Jemison, and these books are a duology. So I've started this one, but I was not in the mood, so I soft DNF'd it. It was a good read. It's just wasn't in the mood for it, so it was a soft DNF. So definitely got to get into these two. When I was first introduced to Beverly Jenkins, I was told to start off with Vivid and Indigo, so I bought these two beautiful physical books. I have not read these books, obviously, but I have read so many Beverly Jenkins books, the majority of them being audiobook listens, so I gotta get into these two. They are two of her earliest books, I believe. Next is another book I've had for a while, and it's also a soft DNF, and that is People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I always hear about Emily Henry, but this book was not grabbing my attention. But I'm like, I don't know. I need to give it another try. It may end up being on my permanent DNF list, but I still want to give it another try just because I hear so many great things about this author. And I do think that this one may have been turned into a Netflix movie. I have to check that out. The next book is His Love for Her by Felix Cunningham III. This book is really special to me because my library had a local event where authors came and were selling their books, and I got to meet Felix Cunningham, and I bought 3 of his books. I believe they are a series, but I do need to start on this book, and it's particularly special to me because this is a local author, and there aren't too many local authors around here that I know of, so I definitely want to support a Black man who is writing fiction books. I think this is urban fiction, so I'm excited to get into this book. I've had it for a couple years, but I need to get into his series just to support a local author. Next up are 2 books that were gifted to me by my sister, and so I need to hurry up and read these so that she can continue to buy me books for my birthday and Christmas, because she be asking, oh, have you started reading that book? No, yes, almost, about to. The first one she got me, I think, 2 Christmases ago. It is We'll Never Tell by Kayla Perrin. This is a thriller book. I think I read the first chapter or the first couple pages and just was not in the mood for it. but I still want to get into it. The next book she bought me this past Christmas, and that is The Best Man, Unfinished Business. This is by Malcolm D. Lee with Jane Allen. So I did start this book. I've read like 3 chapters. The only thing is, by me being a blind reader, I did not read the back of this book. So when I started it, I was not expecting this book to pick up where the Peacock series left off. I did watch the Peacock series during the pandemic. Pretty good to see where everybody was at this point in their life. So I thought that this book was going to be all about their college years and what was going on. When I heard Unfinished Business, I thought the book that we get introduced to in the first movie, which y'all know the first movie was about everybody reading his book, Unfinished Business, and finding out all the little dirty secrets he had. He wrote a book about his friend group and renamed them. Everybody was starting to read it and put the pieces together. That's one of the flaws of being a blind reader, because I was just so excited to get into the messy book of Unfinished Business, but this is like a continuation from the series, so still good and still plan on reading it. The next books are some fantasy reads. We have Black Friday, which are short stories by Nana Kwame, Adjei-Brenyah, Witchful Thinking by Celeste Martin, Storm, Dawn of a Goddess by Tiffany D. Jackson, and I have The Little Mermaid, Against the Tide by Elle. So these last 2 books, I didn't really plan on reading them. I just bought them because they're pretty. I love me some Tiffany D. Jackson. I was so in love with The Little Mermaid featuring Halle. And I just thought this movie was so beautiful. Seeing a black, beautiful mermaid on my screen. Of course, I had to buy the book that has her beautiful picture on it. I remember picking this book up in the bookstore and being sold, because literally one of the first things they mentioned is that she is making a bonnet out of like net that she found at the bottom of the sea. And I'm like, yes, of course black mermaids need to protect their hair. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. That's the representation I need. I did not plan on reading these, but after reading Tiffany D. Jackson's Blood in the Water, which was a middle grade book, I feel like I'm more open to reading, that very young YA middle grade books as a palate cleanser. So I think maybe after reading something heavy, something really thick, these will be really quick reads for me. So I do have these on my physical TBR list. The last stack is nonfiction. We're not going to talk about when I plan on reading these. Let's just go through them. Because me and nonfiction, let's just go through them. The first one is Finding Samuel Lowe by Paula Williams Madison. I love this book because Paula is an honorary member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and so she signed my book. I got to meet her, so this is a very special book to me. Next, we have a Joyce Meyer book, which is The Courage to Change, saying goodbye to good enough and embracing the promise of what can be. This book was gifted to me by my aunt, and I've actually read a Joyce Meyer book before, so I can do it, I will do it, and this book will get read. Next, we have The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. My best friend loved this book, and he gifted this to me, so I gotta get into this book. And lastly, I have Woman Evolve, which I purchased on my own because I love Sarah Jakes Roberts, her messages. I was really into her podcast at some point. So these last books that are faith-based, and even the Mel Robbins book, I have to really be in the right headspace when it comes to reading those books. But I absolutely look at these books, and it's something about their messaging that calls to me. So I might need to move these up on my TBR list, because we could all use just something to make us feel better, do better, be better people. Y'all, that's it for the 22 books on my TBR list, my physical TBR list. Now, there are other books that I have, but they are like stored away somewhere. I didn't pull them out. These are just the books that I have piled up, like, get to these now. Like, every time I pass books, I'm like, ooh, I need to pull that one out. I need to pull that one out and read it. I need to read that one. And I got 22 of them. So when these books will get read, I have no idea, but wish me luck. And get down in the comments and let me know if you have read any of these, if you plan on reading any of these. I could use a little motivation, so go ahead and let me know in those comments. And thank you for tuning in to a Books with Kimberly video.